Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the stories we're looking at tonight. Suspects are arrested for murder, gas prices go up, and your Caribbean report. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, 2 murder suspects are in custody this evening on St. Croix, but both cases are separate. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the details.
Thank you, Jerome. This just handed us from V.I.P.D spokesperson Melody Rames, and this was a promise from Police Chief Oakland Benta. Even though he's been quiet lately, he did promise this one. Police have arrested 2 homicide suspects, and these are 2 separate incidents. Let's start off with 30-year-old Sean Gerard. You're seeing his picture here. He has been charged with killing 45-year-old Alfred Hendricks in Estate Glen. We'll have more on Mr. Gerard in a few seconds. Police have also arrested a 17-year-old minor, so you won't be seeing his picture for a time anyway because he is a minor. He is charged with killing 43-year-old Stanislaw McIntosh. You remember that story that we did in Campo Rico. Now, back to Mr. Sean Gerard. You might remember him because he finished a prison term in Virginia. And then on December 7th, 2008, Police Chief Oakland Benta sent his detectives up to Virginia to get Sean Gerard, and they extradited him back here to the Virgin Islands. That to address a crime that he did on December 17th in 2002 for shooting someone at 10 o'clock in the morning at Salt River. That's when he grabbed the gold chain from the 33-year-old victim's neck, and then he shot him and he wounded him. Since, that 33-year-old has been paralyzed. So, Sean Gerard was brought back here to St. Croix to address that 2002 shooting in Salt River. But then, when he was let out on bail after his hearing on December 10th, he allegedly went and shot and killed Alfred Hendricks in Estate Glen. Remember that. News Channel 8 was all over that story as well, down that dirt road when Hendricks was shot and killed as he was ambushed. Let's unravel all this one with the big guy himself, and we haven't heard from him for a while, Police Chief Oakland Benta.
On Monday, about 1 p.m., members of the Criminal Investigation Bureau, along with members of the K9 Unit, the SWORD Team, Forensic Unit, Instrument Investigation, and the Narcotics Unit in Virgin Islands Police Department, arrested 30-year-old Sean Gerard based on a warrant. Gerard was charged with murder in the first degree, felony possession of a firearm, possession of an unlicensed firearm, and receiving a firearm in connection with the murder of Alfred Hendricks, who was killed by gunfire on a dirt road in Estate Glen. Gerard is presently incarcerated on a probation violation charge and was rearrested on the current charges. He was held without bail and returned to the custody of the Golden Grove Adult Correctional Facility, pending further court action. Further, on Tuesday before dawn, members of the Criminal Investigation Bureau again arrested a 17-year-old male minor and charged him with murder in the first degree and possession of an unlicensed firearm in connection with the murder of Stanislaw McIntosh, who died when he was shot multiple times in the state Campo Rico. The minor was held on a $500,000 bail, and he was remanded to the Youth Rehabilitation Center pending further court action.
Well, there you have it. Sean Gerard, what a bizarre case that is. 30 years old and did time in Virginia, met by V.I.P.D detectives up there, brought down here and then released on bail. Now we're looking at him for murder. Wow, News Channel 8's all over that one. And then you have the 17-year-old also charged with a homicide as well. I want to thank Melody Raines from the V.I.P.D. and Police Chief Oakland Benta. With that story, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And also tonight, the Virgin Islands Police Department has been busy trying to solve a crime that happened on the 4th of July. 2 suspects are in custody for robbery and assault charges. Let's go now to Melody Raines.
Criminal Investigation Bureau detectives on St. Croix arrested 20-year-old Jeremiah Hakeem and 18-year-old Devango Graham based on a warrant issued by Magistrate Miguel Camacho. The arrests were made at about 9:30 a.m. Tuesday, July 14th. The suspects were charged with burglary in the first degree, robbery first degree, and assault first degree in connection with an incident that occurred in Estate Richmond on July 4th. According to police, Hakeem and Graham, who were armed, entered into an Estate Richmond home at about 10:55 a.m. and robbed a male and a female who were in the home. The suspects took cash from the home and struck the female with the firearm before fleeing the scene. Hakeem and Graham were held on a $100,000 bail and remanded to the Golden Grove Adult Correctional Facility pending further court action.
Thanks, Melody Raines. And those gas prices are on the rise once again. News Channel 8's Wes Small pumps out this report.
Hovenza has raised their wholesale prices once again, the infamous rack rate. That's right, up 20 cents per gallon, premium 18.5 cents, and diesel by 20 cents. This coming from Hovenza's Vice President, Alex Moorhead. Meanwhile, Hovenza adjusts its wholesale fuel prices at the beginning of each month, and the charges are based on the previous month's market conditions. Meanwhile, the price of crude has gone up to $61 a barrel. It's kind of confusing. Is it just me? Or perhaps it's you as well? I thought that oil had dropped per barrel. But anyway, Hovenza has gone up again on their rack rate. What that means for us, based on the adjustments made, that independent St. Croix and St. Thomas wholesalers are now paying $1.94 per gallon for regular. So here we are at A and H, and you see that it's $2.29. This is one of the cheapest gas stations that we can find on St. Croix anyway. So you just have to shop around. To continue, $2.09 for premium and $1.84 for diesel. That's when they buy fuel wholesale at Hovenza. The adjustment is the 6th time this year that Hovenza has increased its wholesale fuel prices. Since January, the wholesale price of regular has increased by 87 cents, premium 94 cents, and diesel by 35 cents. So while St. Croix is not doing as bad as St. Thomas, and St. Thomas certainly not doing as bad as St. John, we're still feeling the crunch at the pump. So you have to shop around and do the best you can. I'm Wes Small at A&H in Frederiksted for News Channel 8.